And then Todd was like, "Oh, it was only 3 women on the." Oh, hey, we're live. All right, so welcome, one and all, the Hobby Time Modelers live stream. This is an impromptu live stream. So my hands are tied. I have no more outside work to do until tonight, which unfortunately I might be late to the Friday night stream, which has kind of prompted me to be like, hey, let's do this one. And so, hey, anything works.
Well, I might not make it at all because of sick in the head. I mean, you know what I mean.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah, Buck's been under the weather. Well, we wish him the
best. Are you kidding? I've been under the truck that's been shoveling the snow around your house.
Yes, very much so. Yes. So, anyways, yeah, just doing an impromptu kind of like hangout, and I think that's what I named the live stream. Uh-oh, I just lost video. There we go. Woo. Not sure how my internet connection is gonna go, but so far,
I can see you and hear you.
All right. It got the little spinny circle of death on the StreamYard there. So I was like, oh no, not on your side, but on my camera, it went black. So that was just weird. And you know, it's not surprising. For those of you out there in very warm climates, you will notice that I am completely under snow. That is a lot of snow, people. This is the second blizzard in 2 weeks.
There are snow people out there too?
Yeah, there are, actually. So let me get to chat real quick. Let's see. Gordon, hey guys, he said, see, now yours is doing the spinny circle. Are you seeing that on StreamYards? No?
Me?
You don't pay attention. Never mind. Go back to dying quietly. Gordon says hi. And this guy named Buckman's Model Mania says, hey, Gordon.
I hate that guy.
Oh, he's a prick, isn't he?
He is.
Hey, Buck, he says, hey, Sam from the land down under. Hey, how's it going, Sam? Says good morning and all in chat.
Eric?
Ew.
I have to say whoopsie.
Oh, no. What happened?
Got a hole.
Oh, that whoopsie. And don't ever do that to the tram again. What you do with a loaf of bread, that's on your time, okay? Gordon says, hey, Eric. Hey, Gordon. Sam says, sure, Eric. Yeah. Nice to see you again. Well, it's always a pleasure, Sam. Oh, and speaking of Down Under, there's Peter from Our Scale Modeling. Good morning and afternoon. Muchly appreciated, guys. Well, apparently, I think Gordon was probably bored going, geez, you know, there's nothing to do. Then these two crazy bastards get on and decide to stream. He's like, perfect. It's sorted. D. Harris, evening, gents. Hey, D. How goes it?
Come on, Eric. You gotta call him sweetheart.
No. Oz says hi, Sam. Oz says hi, D.
He's cheating on you with me.
Oh, hey, I gotta say something real quick. To Peter, I'm gonna do a big shout out to Oz Scale Modeling. That's his YouTube channel. Go check him out. He is one crazy Australian, but I love him to pieces. Good friends. He has had an influx. He started doing the 200 scale Yamato, and he has been having amazing progress, if you will, on his channel, and it's awesome to see. It really is. From you know how he started out to like What was it, Pete? It was like 36 or something, 36, 37 people at one point on your live stream the other day, and it was just awesome. I was like blown away. I was like, this guy's rocking it, man. So yeah, it's crazy. D says, evening, Oz. Oz says, crazy. It's taken off. Yeah, it is, man. Man, I'm telling you, I'm proud of you, man. I am. I'm proud of you, Pete. Like, it's not easy in today's day and age. Ever since COVID, when people really turn to hobbies, you know, indoor hobbies, YouTubing, things like that, the market's crazy, right? So I mean, if that's your intentions, trying to buy for position in a crazy market like that on YouTube, that's, you know, kudos, like for real, kudos. And yeah, you're taking off, and I just wish you all the best. I do. Yeah, you and the rest of the peeps down there. That's Sam included. Sam, Pete, Jason, Hibbo. Can't forget Bilge, old Bilge Rat. Sam says, hi, Pete. I'm not staying. See you later. Oh, it's a hi-bye thing. I see how you are, Sam. I see it.
That's almost like, Pete's here. I'm out.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Appreciate it. That's one way to kill a stream. Invite Oz. There we go. Nah, you take care, Sam. I think COVID brought more people into the hobby. Absolutely. Absolutely. It says bye, Sam. It did. I believe it did. And yeah, before I continue, I'm watching my stream health on StreamYards, where it's got the three little like arcs, you know, like almost like a cell phone signal. Mine is bouncing from 1 to 2. So my personal connection. What's that?
Eric, what are you talking about for that?
What are you guys doing?
Buck did it. I was just minding my own business.
Eric said he was going to get on here naked, and I had to stop him.
Is this some random impromptu stream?
Very.
Pretty much.
And why aren't we seeing your beautiful face? Huh?
You do not want to see my beautiful face.
Oh, do you got morning head?
Oh yeah.
D says, Eric, your camera keeps glitching. Yes. My signal is crap. I'm buried under feet of snow. So my signal again, it's on StreamYards. I can see the little signal bouncing from 1 to 2 bars out of 3. So
are you using Firefox?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why it's as good as it is now. It is with Firefox.
I'm sitting here wondering where you're talking about because I don't see it.
In StreamYards at the top left, I'll get see, but you're not on Wi-Fi, Buck.
I am too.
Right now, your computer is connected Wi-Fi. You're not had plug.
Nope. I am on Wi-Fi, hitting a cellular modem.
So even the modem's Wi-Fi.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
But Eric, it's 5G.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So
I don't honestly know. I don't know if we have 5G in my area yet.
We know you have snow.
Hey Todd, what's it?
Wait, is it piled up against the window?
Yep. And higher.
Okay, so that's my fear, is that it pile up against the window and then bust through the window and pour into the house like the Blob. Like it takes on a life of its own.
Right? D says, evening, Todd.
Well, evening, D.
So yeah, Eric, I just did a speed test.
Hi, Gordon.
I'm only pulling 296 down.
Is that all?
That's it.
Yeah, when I was having my problems, I would do speed tests because we have a gig, but I'm like, and because we have a gig in both directions, and I'm getting 750 down, 800 up, something, whatever, and I'm like, so it's not a speed problem. That's
Right.
what made me dig into Avast, and Avast was such a hog on my computer. I got rid of it. But they updated Chrome recently, and I just don't use Chrome anymore for StreamYards. It seems to work so much better on Firefox.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same. It was that day that you figured it out. I ditched Chrome immediately.
The only thing I don't like is that you can't choose the output, the audio output, when you're in Firefox and StreamYards. It just defaults to whatever your computer default is. You can't choose a different output.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. And yeah, Oz, he fixed his lag problem, but he said, I paid an extra $10 a month and now got double the upload and download speed. Now I don't know how it is in Australia, but Todd was saying
Upside
that his thing is a gig. He pays for a gig for internet. Mine is the step below that, which is the 750, and that's what we have currently. And it was kind of interesting because they upgraded everything in our area, and they put us at 750, and they only did this for, oh God, I can't remember the criteria, but anyways, they only did it for certain people. We were paying for 500, and then because they updated everything, now we're still paying for 500, but at 750. So I have no idea how much a gig is, and I did already ask them that it's going to be another 2 years before fiber even makes it to Bismarck. So,
Well, and then it's all frozen up there, so if you bend it, it's just going to snap.
all right. Oz says, I get a crappy 50 down, 20 up.
Oh.
So you can do a speed test even while we're streaming, all right? Well, let me see.
Yes.
Go to fast.com.
What is it?
Just fast.com.
Fast?
Fast.com.
Oh, I've never used those.
It's just like an instantaneous.
Fast.com, huh?
Speedtest.net.
Yeah, speedtest.net is a tool. And then if you click the Get More Info button when it's done, it'll show your upload speed too.
All right, so it's I guess I went fast.com and there wasn't even like a stat button. It just automatically get it.
Yep. It just goes.
Your internet's... Yeah, okay, see, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm in the basement, far away from the modem, 200 megabits per second.
Now click the little button that says click for more info, and it'll tell you your upload too.
Let's see. Speed.
So see that second
Upload.
number there, that 440?
Yeah.
That's your latency. That's what's causing your problems.
Okay, what's 440? So, how do you improve latency?
Better equipment, not on Wi-Fi.
No? Yeah, okay. Easy stuff then.
Pick a better Wi-Fi channel. Get closer to the Wi-Fi base, whatever. Like, how are you? Is this computer? Does it have a Wi-Fi card? Does it have a dongle? What's it using?
It has. Well, let me go back to here.
Built into the motherboard.
No, it's not on the motherboard. It's that.
What the heck is that?
It's a 2 antenna gaming Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah, so that's the first thing you should get rid of. You get a Wi-Fi card.
Oh, a dedicated, right? Is that what you mean?
It's on the PCI bus, which is much faster than USB. Now, is that USB port? Is that a USB 3?
Yes.
Is the card USB 3 and the port is USB 3? They're both blue.
Yes, they're both blue.
Well, that's better than USB.
I'd unplug it to show you, but
Yeah. Don't do that.
That's now before I switch over to twice the speed tomorrow. Oh, it's tomorrow. Nice. Okay. So he gets yeah, and he already fixed the lag, because Pete was lagging something fierce. You know, like his audio was like at least 2-3 seconds behind the video.
Yeah. Did you watch your little video the other day?
Did I make a video?
Yeah, the one where you were just sitting there and you were talking about something. I don't remember. It was about HTM, and you were talking about me, and I don't know. You were just talking. I don't know. It wasn't quite a podcast. You were sitting at the new desk though.
That was the it's what's replacing the podcast, because people seem to like
The live chat.
Yes, the live chat. There we go.
Yeah, your audio was way off.
Oh
I don't know if
no!
Oh yeah, it was. Like by like almost a second, it was off by a lot.
Dang, man.
I don't know if you watched it back or not.
No, not yet. Anyways, not yet. Dang, that's good to know though, because I don't think I ever noticed it.
Eric, if you're like me and you never watch your own videos back, you'll never know.
I do. See, that's the thing. I do. I forget what I usually forget what I said or whatever, and I'll watch it back, not just to hear myself talk, but because of my memory, so, like that. I didn't even remember I even did that. And so, I watch it back, and then it refreshes, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got that. I already said that. I don't have to say it again, kind of thing. And by the way, okay, Todd. I did put the whole Ben sound thing in the description. However, the music for the background music today is inherent, right? It's built into StreamYard.
Oh, then that's fine. That's just part of you pay for that when you license it. So don't worry about it.
You do. Okay, so I kind of figured as much. So
yeah,
but
if
I didn't
you
want
use the intros that has the Ben sound.
And it's really, maybe it's just a personal thing. I've seen other people do it even on videos or their live stream. They'll have some type of like easygoing background music, like just enough. So like when they're not talking, there's still something in the background. It's not that like dead, awkward silence, right? So let's see. I had to stream at 720 and not 1080 as I would prefer. Oh, that's what? Okay. You know what? Oz, that might have been my issue. Is that everything in StreamYard is set up for 1080? And if it's just going to be me, I can downgrade that to 720 and see if the performance goes up like it did with yours.
Well, you can also change just your camera, Eric.
I can't, really? Is that under just settings?
Yep.
Oh, 720. Okay. Apparently I just did that. All right, so I'm testing this out. Hopefully the audio is not behind. So test 1 2 3. Is audio good?
No, you look okay.
Audio's good, but that picture is terrible.
So, all right, but wow. Yeah, look, color saturation is like way off. Good Lord. 720, there's a difference. There is a difference between 720 and 1080. Hey, wait until they make it so that we can do this stuff in 4K. Does StreamYards even has that ability? Because I only see the drop-down menu as 1080.
Not yet, I don't think.
So you should always do the stream when you start the stream. It gives you the option that should always be 1080.
I don't mess with that.
Right, but when you select your camera, if your camera is limited to 720, like for example the ZV-1s are both 720, I choose the camera, I tell it to go at 720. But I always set the stream to 1080, or else it's going to max the stream it to YouTube at 720 when you start the stream.
Okay.
Just leave that at 1080 all the time.
Right, and I've never once touched that setting. But thank you, Buck. I forgot. I guess you can change the here. Technically, if I remember correctly, Buck, because you and I have the same webcam. I don't know if you still use it, but I believe it is a 1080 webcam. I believe
It is, and it's actually up here, not being used, up to my right.
Yeah, we totally see it.
Over there.
Oh, that way. Okay, sure. All right. D says live chat was a few seconds behind on mine. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully this will fix the issue, and I'll just make sure my camera is just always set. I think it saves it, right? So I just put it to 720. So the next time I can log off and come back on, and it'll be 720, right? I don't have to keep rechanging it. Looks okay. Sound, that is. Thanks, D. Appreciate it, buddy. Gilly, what's going on? How goes it, Gil? I think Gil said on Discord that he's currently at work. Pete says, "Hey, Gil." He says, "Hey, Pete." Gil says, "Eric, get back out there and snowball." No. Well, actually, I have to.
You don't have to.
Oh boy, yeah. And to go to Todd's question earlier, yeah, if you don't keep up with it, it makes it becomes unmanageable.
You're not shoveling, are you?
I had to a little bit the other day because the snowblower, my snowblower, the cord snapped. Trying to get it going again. I had done the neighbor to our right, 2 neighbors down, and I was halfway through the neighbor on our left when it ran out of gas. So I walked over. It's not a big deal. I filled it back up, primed it really good, started pulling. Boy, just being a pig, man. It just didn't want to start. And then one pull, snap. I was like, ugh. So I started shoveling. And about 5 minutes into shoveling, because I'm not going to leave my neighbor's driveway, half-assed. I'm going to finish it regardless. So I grabbed my shovel and I started doing it. The wife comes out. She lays into me. "You shouldn't be shoveling. You can't be doing that." And I said, "Well, I am." I said, I'm not going to leave his driveway, half done. I said, I'm going to get it done. She goes, "Well, he has a snowblower. Ask him." Because mind you, he's 87 years old, right? She says, "Ask him." I said, "No, I don't want to bug him. The poor guy recovered from cancer not too long ago, lost his wife a couple of years ago." I said, "Nah, I'll leave him alone. I can do this. I've been shoveling for years anyway, so screw it." So she started walking back into the house. I think she was heading to her phone to give him a call when I heard the garage door open. And I was standing right next to it. And I said very loudly, "Crap," because I knew I was going to get it from him. And I did. And he's like, "Why aren't you using this snowblower? You can come over here anytime you want." I said, "But I didn't want to," and I couldn't speak. I just, "Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely." So I finished, used his snowblower, finished off that yard, finished off ours, because I always do my own last, because I just think that's just the way it should be done. So, yeah, I did a little shoveling.
Well, I think you need to do what Gilly said on Discord earlier. Blow all the snow off the yard and then mow the lawn.
Gil says, "Hey, Buck and..."
What?
Pete,
Hello, Gilly.
Pete says, "How do you get that background in Streamlabs?" Well, for a certain price, we can divulge that type of information.
Well, we're not
chat. But
let's say we paid extra for it.
We'll swap PayPal addresses later after the stream.
Yeah, we're not. Well, we don't use Streamlabs. We use StreamYard.
See, there we go. Yeah, this
There's
is
that too.
No, I found that background for our Christmas stream for our title card, but here we are using it.
Yeah. It was actually kind of unintentional, but I was going through, I was like, oh, I wanted to see what it looked like. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I walked off and did something else, and I was like, yeah.
See, they need to have animated. Wouldn't it be created? It was snowing. The snow was falling. It was animated.
Oh, like a looping GIF.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can upload backgrounds in StreamYard, I think, even on the basic account. You don't need the paid account, I think.
GIF.
Yeah, Peter, you should be able to, it's under brand in StreamYard. You should be able to upload your own backgrounds. We can send it to you. It's just a picture account. It's a wallpaper. If this guy look for free wallpaper desktop color, backgrounds, and just resize it and make it go.
Good for you, Gil. That's the way it should be done. Think about this. Get them first. Oh, came prepared today. Got my Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. And also a little snack. This is perfect winter snack, by the way, Pringles. No, you can't have just one. No, Eric, it's GIF. I can't remember. Was it Ian that was having a heart attack because I said GIF? I don't know. I can't remember. They say you're supposed to. Oh, Todd, that was you too. I mean, you got to say, what is it? GIF or something?
GIF.
GIF? I don't know. Something like that.
I say GIF is peanut butter, GIFs are pictures.
Yeah, but it's still okay to say GIF.
Only to you.
Only okay.
I've never heard anybody ever say that. Not
ever.
IT. No.
Ever.
No.
See,
it's like they say JPEG. They don't say JPEG.
Eric does.
I do. Yeah.
So
just like,
I got this box. I put a picture on Discord today from Agora. This crate. I have no idea what's in it.
For
Here,
real?
I'll share my screen. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Share screen.
Pete said he'll take a look. Even
There.
Gilly's on. Man, Gilly's not even on my side. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so they just randomly came in the mail. I had no idea this was coming. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what's in it. I figured I'd do that on the live stream.
Don't wreck that crate, though. That is a beautiful crate. I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep that. I'll store stuff in that.
Oh,
so
shit.
I reached out to Agora and I'm like, "What is this? And why did you send it to me?" And they said we wanted to give you something for helping us, because I helped them with all their the ladder 9 instructions because I was a firefighter. So, a lot of times they don't know what the names of the parts are or things like how the parts fit together or things like that. So I helped them with that, and then they sent me this thing. I'm like, geez, thanks guys.
That's super cool, Todd. That's awesome.
So I don't know what's in it, and I already reached out to them and asked them if I could open on the stream. They said sure. So I figured I'd open the stream tonight.
I would. Okay. Now, one, it would be a travesty if you ever painted it, but I would honestly get like a stain, pick a stain of maybe hickory or something like that, and stain it. That would look really sharp.
Yeah, I didn't know what was in the box. It just said it was coming from some random people, but it had my name on it. It had Marvel Phoenix on the address label.
Marvel Pixel.
And I'm like, is this box ticking? Does it smell like almonds?
Brian.
It's a box from a company called Bro Crates, so I'm assuming it's a bunch of dude stuff. I don't know.
Brian, Got Fuels Model Garage says, "Howdy, boys."
Hey, Brian.
Howdy, Brian. Gilly says, "If it ticks, don't open, just run."
So are we still doing our stream tonight? Is this just something for fun?
Yeah, this is just something for fun. The stream tonight's still going to happen.
Okay.
8 o'clock Central.
Did we create it yet?
No, I haven't created it yet.
Well, I'm not letting you do it.
Oh, thanks.
Hey,
With
Todd,
confidence?
What's up, Buck?
you know what that box is? It's the answer to Alexa, where do you hide the bodies? You send it to Todd.
It's like I was on, on World of Wayne stream yesterday, and they were talking about the differences to U.S. English and Brit English, and they were talking about boots, and I said boots are for your feet and trunks are for the dead bodies. Get it straight. Bonnets are for your head, and hoods are for engines. Let's go.
Gilly says, okay, back to work. Later, peeps. Later, Gil.
See you, Gil.
Yeah, the Gora just said we want to give you a big thank you for all your support, particularly for helping us with the fire truck.
Dude, that's like super cool, man.
They said they're announcing another model next week. And keep an eye out for Christmas Eve. I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, that's actually kind of cool. They're actually doing another. Now, without answering, okay, do you know what?
I do not.
Are you really? Okay.
Yeah. No. Well, they have a picture of the nose of a Mercedes 196, and that's kind of a. I mean, they basically gave that away. I mean, it's absolutely the nose of like a 1950s Mercedes race car, and it looks exactly like the one that IXO put out. So what do you take away from this, especially with the latest releases? Are you taking away that these companies are finding it easier to get the licenses for vehicles as opposed to say like Terminator or the odd stuff, right? Like cars are just like easy to just, okay, let's do the Mercedes blah blah blah, right? Yeah. No, that is all marketing and licensing, I imagine. Yeah. I mean, you have to look at the market. Like, how many people, is the T800 have a big enough fan base that enough people are going to pay that kind of money to build one?
Well, it does make sense. It was just something that, from like an outsider point of view, looking at it, I'm like, wow, they're starting to pump out. And they already had cars to begin with. But then I was looking at the UK, and there's a plethora of Patworks vehicles over there. And now, of course, the US seems to be kind of getting in on that as well. So I'm like, well, maybe it's just easier to get the licenses to do these Patworks, right? But also at the same time, and Brian from Got Fuel's Model Car Garage might chime in on this one as well, that there is a huge market in model cars, right? You go to a hobby store, right? Well, a normal one. Well, okay, Hobby Lobby, for instance. Half the aisle, if not 3/4 of the aisle, is vehicles, whether it be in semi-trucks or whatever, right? It's all vehicles. And then you have a small selection of the niche stuff, little Star Wars and Gundam and things like that. But so I guess from a business standpoint, it does make sense that they would kind of swing that way.
Well,
it's just interesting.
I think that cars have proven to be popular, right? Cars have proven to be popular, collectibles. They have a proven track record, while a statuette of a T800 or even a large Iron Man or the Alien or things like that might be a little tougher. You know what I mean? Because you have to look at it's like why we haven't seen a Johnny 5, right? Like the whole drama and everything behind that. And that movie was technically a flop. You look at it back when it happened, and it's a cult movie now, right? It's a cult classic, but so is Firefly, right? I mean, great series. You don't see a lot of people putting out that model.
Oh, I love Firefly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big bug ship with a huge butt. I mean, that's cool. But you're not going to see that as a part work, right? The audience just isn't big enough, I think. I think a lot of people love it, but it's not mainstream. It's not, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's tougher to do stuff that's not more popular.
Yep, that's so true.
And I could be completely talking out my ass because I don't have anything to do with what models they choose. So, I mean, I'd love to see an Airwolf. I'd love to see a Johnny 5. I'd love to see, heck, a Blue Thunder, but that's even more, less common than Airwolf is, but...
Now, there's a list on Agora's site, correct, that shows, like you, World of Wayne. It, like, lists the people, right, that are promoting them.
I mean, it's they have an expert exchange of people that are...
There we go, yeah. There's basically like a page of you guys. Now, if I was like running the company or whatever, or had any say, I'd be looking at that list and asking those people specifically first, what would you guys, want or would like to see, kind of thing. And I'm surprised they haven't reached out to you and Wayne and other people. Maybe they have, I don't know.
No. I don't know how they market.
Brian says, I'm not an armor guy, but I like to build Airwolf. Oh my God, Airwolf! Yeah, now you're talking my language, Brian.
I would love to. I think it'd be great to have like a 2-foot-long Airwolf.
Oh my God!
And I mean the body. I don't mean the rotor size. I mean just like the body being like 2 feet long. Just some big, huge Airwolf with a cool interior and lights, and like a lit interior. You could have the doors open. I mean, I would love to see it. I mean, it's just a Bell 222 with some things bolted onto it, but. I would love to do it. I'd be all in.
Yeah, I would. I'm like, yeah, I would too. Yeah, well, when certain things change, I'd love to. That'd be one.
Once you win the lottery?
Hell, I'm still in debate of whether or not I want to huck my entire modeling thing aside if I get notified of Eleanor. That's going to be a tough decision because, like with the R2, it was like one or the other.
Well, and it's a good thing too because I lost your axle. I have no idea where it went.
Thanks, man.
I searched high and low. I think I put it in. I had a bunch of empty cardboard boxes in my room, and I think I put it in there with the idea to ship it to you, and then I cleaned up my room and threw all those boxes away.
Nah, it happens. I don't care.
Todd, it's over there.
I'm just lucky to have you as a friend, that's all.
It is. It's right over there.
Hey, Todd, why aren't you working on something?
Because I'm actually working.
Oh, you're working.
It is Friday. Job.
Ah, well, that gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, I totally get it. Yes, I totally get it. What is it? D says yes, Airwolf. Yeah. Now you see, I don't know how that would. Now see, this is the other thing. Agora, Fan Home, IXO, and all these other companies, right? Who produces, the actual producers of the patchwork. They would have to look at it this way. Is it a broad spectrum bill? Will it work in the US and the UK, right? So why they don't put what do you call that, Todd? God dang it. They over in the UK, they send out the first 4 packs.
The tests?
Yeah, they do that. I don't understand why they don't do it in the US at the same time.
Well, most of the tests are from Hachette, and Hachette doesn't have a presence here, so.
Oh, I see. So it's
not the Partworks, I should say, not the Partworks division, because Hachette's the largest publisher in the world of books. But for the Partworks part of it, they don't have like a real presence here, and we're not their biggest market by far. I think Partworks in the U.S. is kind of a more of a niche thing than it is over in like the UK and Europe.
Oh, Eric, you are brave. There's no way I'd have water by my good PC. Well, this is my only PC, and I not only have water by it, I also have pop. I don't know why I'm so proud of the Coca-Cola. I mean, not just Coca-Cola, but the zero sugar line. Thanks to Todd, and like not even sarcastically speaking, thanks to Todd. That's like it's the best pop ever. I love it. Yeah, Brian says Eric is lucky to have friends at all. Thank you, Brian. I feel the love. He says test run. There we go. I for whatever reason, I just couldn't find the words.
Well, Hachette is probably Haché, and it's actually based in France. And Altaïa is D'Agostini's arm in France, and that's where all the tests seem to go. Why France? Is because I think they're based there. I don't think France necessarily has the biggest artwork market, but that's just where they're based, and I think that's why they do it there. There in the UK is definitely test runs.
Yeah, all of them, all the test runs seem to be in France. There's a Facebook page, I don't know, Model Blue, or I don't know, something like that. Anyways, that's where I found out about the Peterbilt patchwork. I was like, oh, they put it out, but it was only, obviously in France. And I was like, dang it all. That would be cool. That would be cool. I wouldn't want it, but it would be cool to see somebody build it.
Hey, Steve. Steve's here.
Oh, let me think. Beer is the only thing that comes close to my good PC, but that's normally in my hand. Right. Well, I haven't had Brian, I haven't had anything to drink alcohol-wise in 21. It's going to be 21 years come March. So, or 22. No, I can't remember. Might be 22. Steve says afternoon all. Afternoon, Steve. Oh, by the way,
Hey,
Steve. Don't feel bashful. This is like come one, come all stream. You want to get on, unless you're like Todd and you're just working and getting paid to live stream.
Oh, you're just in the background. I can just hear you. That's all. I'm just here for moral support.
You hear that, Buck? You got moral support now.
Can always use morale.
Poor Buck. I really do hope you feel better, man.
I do too, Buck.
Me too.
Buck won't take a COVID test. I told him he should. He won't do it.
The thing is, Eric, you've had COVID, right?
Twice.
What'd they do for it?
They sent me to my room.
So, what did taking the test do for you?
I don't know.
Made you a statistic.
Maybe,
That's about it.
Maybe you treat it differently. Like if it was influenza, you would treat it with this, and if it was COVID, then it would be XYZ, whatever. You know what I mean?
Robitussin.
Alka-Seltzer to the red. I used to use Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus growing up. That worked. It had some effect. Let's see. Yep, at the agency in my office. Oh, all right, Steve. Just me and the turtles. Brian says, yeah, I know your struggle. I just have a couple on Saturday evening. I stopped when my first child was born. And I knew it was becoming, and I didn't go through any like classes or AA crap or whatever. I went to enough of those with my own father, but yeah, it was a problem. I was at a point where, I was doing like 20 bottles of MGD and then hitting the hard stuff and not skipping a beat. So, and that was just me. Something had to give, and I didn't want my son growing up the way I had to with drunk parents, and they just didn't give a shit. So I just said, nope, I ain't doing it anymore. And it's been over 21 years. Yay. Toot my own horn on that one.
No,
I don't mind.
That's a good accomplishment. Good job.
It was a hard one. Well, thank you.
Good on you, Eric.
It took me 17 years to quit smoking.
What's that?
It took me 17 years to quit smoking.
Ooh.
And I still vape, so it's not quite, but it's better than smoking.
I quit smoking 17 and a half years ago.
Yeah, let's see, it's been 2015, so what, 7 years now since I smoked a cigarette?
14 for me.
Doesn't sound like it. Keep coughing like that.
Hack it up. It don't belong to you.
14 for me, and it was like the 4th or 5th time I attempted, and I just went from one day to the next.
You know what's interesting is when I tried the e-cigarette, I quit the same day. I had tried a couple different e-cigarettes before, and they didn't work, and then I found Juuls, way before Juuls were popular. Cisco actually told me about it because he used to own a vape shop. And I tried it and never smoked a cigarette after that. I don't use Juuls anymore, but it was enough to not have the urge anymore. It worked perfectly.
That's cool.
It was in October in 2015, and I just had my last cigarette and never smoked again.
Yeah, that's super
I
cool.
went from cigarettes to gum for about 13 years.
See, and it took me. I tried quitting cold turkey and couldn't do it until my second son was born, and I quit when he was born. Quit smoking when he was born, but I had to use the patch and a lot of willpower.
The patches worked really well. I used the patches to actually get off the e-cigarette.
Really?
Kind of tried for a couple months and then went back to it because the nicotine helps with the stress sometimes. How do you think I stay so chill?
Right?
Well, when like I said, when I quit smoking, I chewed gum incessantly, and mainly in the car to and from work. So when COVID happened and I stopped going into work, I quit chewing gum.
Wow.
So Eric, remember I told you about the trolley pole? It's on.
Nice. Now what about the window?
Window's back in.
Hey. Todd, Buck was being completely disgusting earlier. He was fingering his meatloaf on the table there.
Oh.
He showed me a window and he says I goofed. And I thought he meant like maybe he put glue on the window or it frosted up or whatever. And then he goes like this and sticks his finger in the. I was like, oh, don't ever fondle your meatloaf on live streams again. Just don't do it.
Well, remember what I did after that? After you said that, right, Eric?
No, I don't.
I immediately did it again.
Oh, Blue Street Customs. Mr. Rascal, what are you working on? Well, I'll tell you what I'm working on there, Blue. As a matter of fact, I'll even show you.
Mister?
Yes. First, Buck, what are you working on?
Putting the tram wheel on backwards. This,
because that's helpful.
according to the pictures, should be facing the other direction, but that's okay.
Now,
Because
Blue,
it's supposed to be back and forth.
what makes Buck's model really cool is that this is all wood, right? And it's lit. So he put lights into it. So
It's not only wood; it's wood and metal parts.
wood and metal. I'm sorry. Yep.
Give me a second. Let's see.
God, always asking for more time. Jesus, give him 1 second. He wants more.
Well, see, I can't light it if I don't have time to hook it up.
Can you make the top right display your main display so we can see it better?
I will in a minute.
Oh my goodness.
Hold your horses, child.
Let me guess. We gotta wait. Oh. So you know what? While he's fiddle fucking around there, I'm going to exit solo, and I will solo myself. What I am working on there, Blue.
That is so low.
What I'm working on is the Queen Mary 2. I don't know if it'll all fit in camera. That's about the best I can do in camera anyways. And what I'm doing is that the initial paint job was completely screwed up. And what had happened was, especially with the black paint from the bow to midship, you can kind of see where I had to stop sanding. But this whole part right here, the paint crinkled. It didn't bubble or you know or you know drool or drip or whatever, you know. It crinkled, and I still have no clue. It had to have been a reaction with something, but I just don't know what. So I had to sand all of this down, not right down to the plastic, because I didn't think that was actually necessary. So before I remask a lot of this, I went through with, let me get it. This. Mr. Hobby, Mr. White Putty. Never used it until now, and I'm actually very impressed. I actually like this more than I do the Tamiya Basic. So this is something I can pick at Hobby Lobby. Tamiya, the Tamiya putty, they do not sell there anymore. Matter of fact, they don't even sell this. Ugh. They don't even sell the Tamiya extra thin there, like at all. So, but instead they do sell the Mr. Hobby line. So, Mr. Cement from Mr. Hobby, but whatever. But yeah, Mr. Cement Deluxe. Never tried it, at least not yet. But I will, because that seems to be something that I can get my hands on easy. But okay, so going back to this, once I finish sanding the rest, because I needed to hide that ugly seam line, the bow broke apart right here and split, so I had to putty. And sand that. So that's done. I'm about right here, midship, and then I can start taping. So it's kind of a cool process. Absolutely loving it. Now, there we go. Buckaroni.
And you can see that the lights are on inside.
Turn off patio.
Are you gonna have a guy driving anywhere, like a conductor?
I would like to, but he's too big to fit inside.
Oh. He doesn't need to.
Like right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Either like right here or on the diorama. I'm thinking more likely on the diorama itself.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be nice.
Or I do have another conductor that's about the same height.
No.
There you go. There you go, Eric.
No. No. If I had a slingshot, oh my goodness.
If you had a slingshot and you used it right now, what you would do is break your monitor.
But Blue says Buck is lit. Sounds like most modelers. LOL. Brian, going back to our previous conversation, he says, I quit once cold turkey Then I almost lost my wife to double pneumonia. She was on a ventilator for 3 days. If it wasn't for that, she'd be gone. I picked up, then back up, and the only way I could quit. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. And it always seems like the tough, like one of the toughest parts of your life, happens when you decide to quit something, big like that, right? It's almost like, Jesus, go figure. I'm trying to do something to improve my health, and then boom, a stressor hits that's beyond imaginable, and then you get pulled right back in.
I quit for 4 months that way. I had quit, and then shit happened, and I started right back up.
Yeah, it's tough. I quit. See, this is where it got me. I quit cold turkey with alcohol. I had no issues. Dropped it like a hot potato. But when it came to the cigarettes, it was beyond tough, right? So little things. When I quit, before I hit the patch, little things felt like the biggest stressors in my life, right? Everything was just sort of inflated, and I was like,
The problem with quitting smoking is it is something that you do all the time.
Yeah, you're so used to it.
Routine.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you're right. You miss that, the two fingers or however you hold a cigarette up to mouth, kind of thing.
You know what the hardest times for me were traffic, like stop traffic. I'd always want to light a cigarette. Yep. And then I got nicer cars, and I didn't want to smoke in my car, so that made that easier. I used to have beaters. And then after eating, and I still, immediately after eating, I want to have it hit off my vape. It's like that, after eating is like the thing.
Yeah.
I agree, Todd. Boredom was a big thing for me. If there really wasn't a lot going on, I'd be like, I'll light up. It was just kind of like, instant, right? Especially after food. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, back when I smoked, I would light up while playing a video game, and it would sit there and burn all the way through, and I'd never take a drag.
Yeah. There was a point I was doing 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Woo!
I would say at least a half a pack was just what you said. Was you're talking to people and you're just kind of, you talk with your hands and blah blah blah, and it just burns out, like I was with my ship. Yeah, I don't, again, it's got to be an interaction with the paint somehow, or the drying process, but for whatever reason it was just the black, and it was midship to bow for the most part, and it was crinkled so bad. So I was like, crap. And I don't have, oh God, what's that stuff called? Purple Power or something like that?
Yeah.
Is right?
Yeah, Purple Power or Super Clean. It's all the same stuff.
Right. But I always hear people talking about purple, right? The purple stuff or whatever. I don't have that. And of course, I don't get paid until the 1st. So I really wanted to work on it, and if I said, well, I'm gonna start over, whatever, I would have had to wait a long time. I'm no patience. So I was.
What you do, Eric, is you buy it when you can, because this is what I use, is the Super Clean.
That's the purple stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Let me switch cameras here.
Yeah.
I use the Super Clean, and I've only used it one time to clean up some chrome, but it's reusable.
Oh. But you have to keep it separate?
Yeah, you don't want to mix stuff you've used with stuff that hasn't been used.
Blue says you like the white better than the gray. You talking the on mine? The white is a must. this being a you know, I'm going to call it a cruise ship. Is that the correct term?
It is a cruise ship.
Or is it an ocean liner? I can't remember.
Or actually, let me think. No, that's it. That is an ocean liner.
Ocean,
that is
right.
the only ocean liner in the world right now.
Okay. So this is an ocean liner. You know, it's non-military, so you know we wouldn't, gray really wouldn't be used on this. Blue says, "Very cool, Buck."
Thank you.
Blue says, "Soak him in water and put it in dryer. He'll shrink." He's talking about the conductor there.
Yep, this guy.
Standing just outside, or even standing on the step, tilting out, almost like what you would see like in a San Francisco trolley kind of way, you know. Blue says, "I'm working on." Blue's working on a ship. Brian says, "Buck, I quit for almost 2 years." Brian says he still uses the vape though.
When I quit, vapes didn't exist.
Blue says, "I had to use lacquer thinner on mine." Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't keep any of that stuff in the house, Blue, because with 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a rabbit, there's just harsh chemicals are just not a thing in the house. So, I mean, if they were older, like in high school or something, I'd probably think about it. But Blue, have you seen my videos? Not recently, Blue. Things have been like stupidly busy in December. It's just, you got holiday stuff. It's just crazy time. Now, in saying that, come January 1st, it's like somebody pulled the e-brake lever. Done. Like there's like nothing, outside the house to do, and we couldn't do it anyways.
What was that sound?
I made a proper e-brake,
Okay.
No, he said Burke.
Burke. Oh, okay. It depends. I might have been in a Pinto on the first one. I was in the Datsun on the second one. So. Oh, the white putty. Oh, that's what you were talking about, white or gray. Okay, so this Mr. Hobby, Mr. White Putty, I think they had another Mr. Hobby type putty or whatever it was. I just went with this one because I kind of assumed that the Mr. White Putty was just kind of like the basic. I think they have another one there that might be the gray. I'm not sure. This is the first time that I even looked for stuff like this at Hobby Lobby. But this right here, it not only covers well, but it sands really well. Like that, obviously you can see that where it's still there, but it is smooth. Absolutely love this stuff. Now, in saying that, the Tamiya basic type would not do that. If there was any type of little microscopic hole, okay, so Tamiya basic type is like when you pouring resin, right? You ever poured resin on a diorama, right? It finds any little crack, crevice, and just seeps right into it. That's what Tamiya does. And it shrinks and it sinks, right? And you want it to kind of sink in a little bit, especially just by like pushing it in, whether you use a Q-tip or your finger and just run it along to kind of squeeze it in there. But you don't want it to continue to do so, and Tamiya does that. This does not. You press it in, you flatten it out as best you can with a finger, Q-tip, or whatever, or just some flat surface, and trowel it down. But yeah. Oh, Pete's still. Hey, Pete's awake. Pete says it's an ocean liner. Thank you. Yes, an ocean liner. Yes. Oh, and by the way, both Pete from Ozscale Modeling and Buck from Buckman's Model Mania have both done this model.
No, I'm still working on mine.
Right, I was just going to retract that statement. Okay, Buck's still working on his. Pete actually finished his. He claims that he's just this noob modeler. Yeah, I call BS. I think he's been modeling for like 40 years, and he just doesn't want to like brag about it. He's like, yeah, no, I've only been doing it 2 years, and he's showing like these high-tech, maneuvers with models and stuff. Blue says, I'll join if you want. Oh, okay. So the way to join, we have a vetting process where it's not like the other, like when Brian goes live or Terry from Super Sports Models goes live, where it's you post a link. We did that. Todd and Ian from Pit Stains Hobbies was on the stream that night. I was trashed. I was feeling not trashed, but you know what I mean. I was feeling sick, kind of like Buck is. But what was it, Todd? You asked this guy. A guy says, "Hey, can I join?" And you put him in the backstage before putting him on the stream, and he talked. He responded, and he kind of like chuckled, and everything seemed kind of like cool. As soon as Todd added him to the stream bomb. He started playing on his screen the most inappropriate things you could possibly think of, and Todd, being as quick as he was, boom, banned him, got rid of him. But it freaked us out to enough where we vet.
I'm going to put the HTM contact info in the description for this video. Let me just do that right now, and then it'll have the Discord link in it.
Okay. So if you join Discord, right, then then the link's right there, right? So, because we know you, Blue. Blue, you're cool. I've known you for a while, at least via chat, and the live streams that you've done and the videos. So
you may have to reload YouTube, just refresh the page, but the description's been updated and has the HobbyCon links in it. And if you click that Discord link and join our Discord, we can get you in there.
Yeah. Thank you, Todd.
Yep.
So Eric.
Yeah.
Big Me.
Oh, okay. Solo.
That's what he's going to be doing.
Does he drive from the back? Why would he be standing at the front?
No, no. I think there's a steering wheel on both ends.
Yeah, but
there is
the back.
Well, he's not at the back. This is the front. This is because it says right here, Entrada. This is the entrance. This is the exit.
I got you. All right.
Okay, Todd. To be fair, technically there really isn't a front, technically, because you can steer it from both ends.
Technically, you're a dork. So
I am.
And actually, there is no steering. It's on tracks.
Yeah, but it has a lever to grab the cable underground, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, no. See, you're thinking cable car. This is not a cable car. This is actually an electric motor. There's electric wires that run across.
Somewhere there's a throttle.
Yeah. There's a throttle and a brake, basically.
So you want him outside? Are you looking for opinions?
Yeah. Or I'm putting him outside.
You put okay, no opinions. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Well, if you want to give me your opinion, I'll listen.
No. You've already screwed that up. Brian says,
what you're saying is you didn't expect me to listen to what you had to say and then do what I wanted to anyway?
Right? Pete says, I guess it's my fault you're building that, Eric. In Pat, okay? Like that was the seed that was planted. and then Buck and I, because I got this from Buck.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had the 2004 version, and when they came out with the Platinum Edition with the photo etch and everything, I had to find I had to find somebody to sell it to.
Yeah, no, I owed my soul for 3 months to get this.
There you go.
But
Is that a better conductor?
no,
Yeah.
I'm not even. No, I'm not digging that.
It's not goofy.
I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna put you in a timeout. I'm gonna put you in the back seat.
It's not goofy, Eric. It's Pete.
No, it looks similar. I can't even see the screen. I can't even see it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Nope, couldn't do it. Brian says, yeah, first time I quit, there was no vaping. Yeah, I vaping is new. In my opinion, when I quit, again, it was over 17 years ago. That wasn't even a thing, right? So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Blue says he's working on the Cuddy Sark. Oh, I think Hobby Lobby sells that. I think I saw that there. That's one of the ones that they always like keep in stock. That's a cool build, by the way. Max says, I hate the Tamiya gray putty. I'm not a fan of Tamiya putty at all, to be honest. Now that I've used the Mr. Hobby, I've seen such a drastic improvement in all phases of the process, and I would never get Tamiya again. That's just me personally, but I'm sure people have luck with it. I just don't. Brian says Mac is really not a good guy. LOL. Oh, poor Mac. No, he's a good guy. Mac's in Canada too, I believe.
Who? Mark from March Mod?
No, Mac from Blue Street Customs.
Ah, okay.
I think he's from.
Believe he is Canadian.
Mac says I need to find Todd's channel. I'm on Bucks.
Give me a second.
I didn't.
I'll post the link.
Didn't post links.
Yeah, I don't think we're streaming to my channel. That's fine.
Sorry. I can add it though. I think.
Go to the HTM channel. That's where I post. That's where I update the description.
Oh, the HTM. Okay. Eric, are you actually gonna do anything? LOL from D Harris. I'm gonna smack you, dude. I sanded the bow. I sanded half the ship already. And then chat exploded, so I wanted to keep up with chat.
I think you've picked up the ship a couple of times.
I did. Steve says, be right back. Have to throw something on the CNC to cut. Ooh, the CNC machine. Is that, what is that? Metal cutting, right? What's CNC? What is that?
Computer something cutting.
So it is. It's laser cutting.
CNC machining.
Not all of them are laser.
You're so helpful. You're so helpful.
So I put the link to the HTM channel in the chat.
So.
Oh, thanks.
Here, Eric.
Yeah.
Not all CNC is laser.
What's the other one? The high pressured water there?
No, the drill bits that I use, and of course I've got the wrong screen up.
I was wondering what you're doing. What are you doing poking the monitor? Okay.
So
those little tiny ones. Yeah.
Those are CNC bits.
Really? I thought those were the what do you call it? The little hand drill.
They are. That's what I use them for. But those are actually CNC bits.
I think the HTM channel has links to all of our individual channels, doesn't it?
No, I didn't put that. I didn't copy that one in. I copied it in, and it didn't copy all. It only copied half of everybody's URLs.
No. I'm saying if you go to the Hobby Time YouTube page, it's the core 5 channels listed there.
Oh yeah.
You can find my channel and your channel.
Yeah, the HTM.
Why is your logo in the upper right?
What? Oh crap! Good catch. Where is it?
He's trying to block my window.
Oh, zip it. There we go. Good catch, Todd.
I noticed it up there before, but I figured you had to have some kind of reason. But...
No, there wasn't any. I thought there was an actual like just regular HTM live stream overlay, right, for the top left of the screen,
Oh.
right? So like, you know, we could do this, you know, Christmas special, but it would say HTM live stream. I thought, but we don't. We have.
Todd, you're lucky this didn't say that it's a live stream of Days Gone.
Do I need to make one real quick?
Well, that's the only one we got is HTM logo only.
There you go.
But that's it, right?
Well, I didn't know you were going to do this.
It's bland. It's
blasé. If you need a little overlay, I'll make you an overlay. What do you want to
Well, go ahead. Make the overlay. I mean, you've already lost your Christmas bonus. I ain't paying that. I mean,
I will make an HTM Hangouts.
Hey, I like that. I didn't know how to, like, because this was so impromptu. I didn't even know what to call it, so I was like, afternoon hangout. I was like, that's fine. I was gonna call it like what we normally do for Friday nights and Sundays, like it's in sequence, right? But I was like, nah.
You could just say Eric was bored.
Yeah, Brian. No, I actually had time and I wanted to catch it. I was like, shit, I got time to let's model, man. Brian says, y'all know we roast guys on my stream. Okay, Brian, you've seen our Friday nights, right? Like, right? Enough said. I mean, your streams and our streams, we get vicious. Like people walk away with blood dripping. So we totally get it, and we love it. We love that fact. Go back to comments here. D says, come New Year, I'm back to my modeling. First is the wooden 1/200 scale HMS hood. A wooden hood? Oh, man.
There you go. Now you have an overlay.
Hey, I like that. But there's no space. There's like hardly any space between the M and the Hangout, and it's not down far enough and over. Like it needs to be kind of down a little bit more, maybe.
It's in the same place as every other text we have.
I know.
And the reason you can't see the space between HTM and Hangout is because the number for how many people are watching are covering it.
Okay. All right. You're off the hook. You might get your Christmas bonus after all. Who knows?
All right, let's go get Blue Streak in here.
Yeah, D, man, video. That's all I gotta say. You gotta take video and record the process. There's no way of getting around it. I want to see the buildup of that because that's gonna be freaking cool. I know Mac from Mac's Mods was doing. I don't know if it was a patchwork, but it was a wooden Titanic. Was that a patchwork?
Thomas, I added you as a member. You should be able to see the channels now. And I'll repost the link in Discord.
Hey, Todd.
Yes?
Did they make a wooden patchwork model of the Titanic?
They did. Hachette did.
Say no.
No, Eagle Moss was doing
no.
it. Eagle Moss did do it. I don't know if it's coming back because I have no idea who manufactured it. I'm pretty sure it was PCT.
Oh, that's right. They did. Actually, I think that's the Mantua model.
A lot of people think it was the Amada kit, so just redone as a part work because it looked almost exactly the same size and everything.
Well, either way, you were paying twice as much for it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Wayne burned it, so he's done with it, and I don't blame him. I mean, I would have never, when I heard that was coming out, I'm like, but the Titanic was metal, so a wooden Titanic makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, I remember people were talking about that. Like, which version are they going to pay for? Are they going to do the wooden one? Are they going to wait for the metal one? Metal one came out and everybody just went completely ballistic and they just had to have it kind of thing.
I got pack 1 and 2 of the wooden one and did a review on my channel and basically said, this is why I would never do this.
Well, I know Mac from Mac's Mods. You can see it. I don't know if he's going to take it off the shelf, but behind him, where his other models are, you can see the wooden version of the Titanic. The ribs are up and stuff like that.
Of course, Eric, because I did that before Eagle Moss went Tango uniform, it's my fault they went out of business.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh boy, Blue.
What's going on, buddy? Welcome.
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
welcome.
Thank you for
not
letting
too
me
bad.
in.
Welcome to the stream, brother.
Looks like you got it all figured out.
Yeah, now I just gotta tell it to shut up so it stops going bleep, bleep, bleep.
Oh, you mean Discord?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's okay. We have things
gotta
that
be a
keep
sound-
making noise around here.
Gotta
like
be a sound
Eric.
setting somewhere. I'm just gonna close it for now.
Steve says, then I have the Boss laser for laser cutting. Plus, he has the CNC.
Bleep.
It's a router
Still
for
bleeping.
making signs. Woo. Oh, I'm still catching up. Hey, Mac, I'm still catching up with your comments.
Okay, am I gonna have to open Discord and shut that thing up somehow?
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, so, yeah, there's a way to mute it because I've done it with mine. I have Discord open, but I have it muted so it's not like shouting at me every time somebody posts a comment. D says the hatchet or hache. I don't know. I'll say hache. Why not? The hache did the original kit 20 years ago, but it was the Amati kit.
Right.
And he Amati or did he spell it right, or is that the Yamato? What are we talking about?
No, that's Amati. That's a company.
It is a company. Okay.
You can still find the kit, actually.
Really?
It's like
That was
800
my
bucks.
bad.
It's okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Like 800. So if it's the same kit, why in the world would you pay at least twice as much to build the same kit? I just never understood that one.
Yeah. So Blue, how goes it now? Blue, are you you live in Canada, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we have. Of course, you probably already know him, Gilly from Model Tank Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, he lives up north too. I live right
Yeah,
on
I think
the. I live
he
right
lives
on the
on-
border. I don't know what coast do you live on?
I'm like east side. I'm in New Brunswick. Gilly, I believe, is in Saskatchewan. If I
Yeah,
remember
he's in Prince
correctly.
Albert. And Gilly's in Prince,
Yeah.
Prince
So
Albert.
he's in Saskatchewan, pretty much central Canada.
Central. Yeah. So he's like pretty much. He's like. Is that I'm trying to think. Is that north
About
of
4 days
Winnipeg?
drive
Right. Is that north Winnipeg?
west of Winnipeg.
West. Okay.
Because
So I
we're
know-
all in like straight lines. You got BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and then from there you got New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI, and Newfoundland way up top. And then the Northwest Territories way up top.
The United States just kind of like, yeah, well, that's a state right there. We'll just, like somebody had like, Parkinson's when they freaking drew out the state lines. But yeah, there's no order down here. But
No, we're all in.
are you prepared?
East to west.
Right? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We go from east to west.
East to west, right? Now are you prepping for any big storm because of the one like say I'm getting hit with?
They're calling for a weather advisory. It's supposed to start, I don't know, about 5 o'clock tonight or so. But 9 times out of 10, when they say that, we get like a tickle of it.
Oh,
Just
right.
like the hurricane that hit Nova Scotia Newfoundland and PEI, you know, we got a weather advisory and storm warning and all this, and it rained for about half an hour and maybe 20-kilometer-an-hour wind. Like, we've had thunderstorms worse than that.
Yeah. Well, I know from my time growing up over in Maine, which is up in, you know, near your neck of the woods there.
Well, I'm right beside Maine.
Yeah, it was the weather there just sucked, right? I mean, when it snowed, and of course you're grabbing a shovel, you knew you were in for a fight, right? The bottom 4 inches was complete slush. Then you have like 6-7 inches of heavy wet snow, right? And then you got like this hard icy crust that's about 1 inch thick on top of that, and it was just so nasty. See, like,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Mark, check this out. You see that?
Yeah.
I'm buried. It goes all the way
No,
to the
you
top.
can keep it.
He doesn't seem impressed.
He doesn't.
You can keep it.
You
I
can
don't
keep.
mind.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, you know, a proper Canadian would be like, bring it, eh? I mean, like, you know, let's do this. You know, snow is nothing.
Well,
You know what
like-
kills me
He's
though?
like, what, only 4 feet of snow? Whatever.
You know, you're right. You know
Yeah.
what kills me though is the temperatures. The temperatures is what kills me. January, February, we get minus 30 to minus 60 below, right? And it's steady for 2 months, and that's what kills it, right? I don't mind the snow, but dang, you go out, you can't go out in it. Like you're like Todd down in Phoenix, right? Anyways, he's in Arizona, and like we were talking like a few months ago, and he says it's just like being stuck in with me, except, you know, you're not going to play out in 125-degree weather, right? So you're like stuck inside.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can handle the winter. It's not a problem. It's just me. I hate the cold, and I hate the color white. So yeah, I just rather not have it.
So basically,
like
I shouldn't
Alberta,
have turned my camera around, right, to show you this.
On the west
white-
side of Canada, for almost 2 weeks, they were minus 35 Celsius, which is pretty much minus 35 Fahrenheit, give or take,
Right.
because they meet at minus 40. Minus 40 Fahrenheit is minus 40 Celsius.
Right.
So you think for 2 weeks like that, plus 3 feet of snow, and during that time, we were plus 3 here, a little bit of rain, and the other days were sunny and warm, plus 15, whatever. So,
Right on. Well, Brian wants you to show off the size of the cutty shark. Now, I was mentioning that I've seen a.
big enough.
Oh my God! Is it really that big?
Well, how long is yours? Your ship?
Oh no, not the. I was mentioning I saw at Hobby Lobby the cutty sark, but the box,
Yeah.
right? The box is only like that big.
How big? How long is your ship right now?
Buck, how long is the Queen Mary 2?
30 inches, I think.
Yeah. When the one I'm doing, when the cutty is done, it will be 37.5 inches long, and
God,
roughly
God.
20. I think it's 28 inches tall.
What is it,
Like,
like
here's
1/100
what-
scale?
196.
196 scale. Dang.
Yeah. That's the main mast. Part of the main mast.
Wow.
And there's 3 of them.
I just grabbed the tape measure and double checked. It's actually 34.
This is 34.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
I can kind of show you.
Well, I mean, don't move it if you're gonna like if it's like fragile, you know.
Oh. This is just the hull. I don't have the mast on it yet.
Oh, it's got the copper bottom. Nice.
Yeah. Top
wow,
or
that's
bottom,
coming along.
the deck,
Yep, that's coming along nice.
and then I'm working on all the pin rails right now. But yeah, this is one part of the mast, and another part, and another part.
Holy buckets, man. And of course, you have the foremast as well that sticks out far beyond that.
Yeah, what the hell they call that? The spar mast.
The spar. Oh, yeah, that's right. The spar, not the foremast.
See if I can set this up in such a way that you guys can actually see it. There we go. I can only back up so damn far. Okay, so there's that part, right? Then I can take this piece, which is two more parts, right? Two more parts right here.
Oh, the
Set
upper
that
part.
up.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 yards that go on. So one here. And then this upper one right here. And I don't have my fucking glasses on, so I can't see what I'm doing.
That is cool as hell.
You're hooking these together. Like, is this like that seems easy to me.
I just don't have them glued together. I just finished painting most of this. Well, still
yeah, but you're
painting
putting
most
it
of
together like a patchwork model. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like-
It'll get glued together. Yeah, so you got that section, right?
Oh my gosh, I love
And
freaking nested
and this is the shortest one.
Okay, here's the $50 million question, Mac. Where the hell are you going to put it when it's done?
We're custom building shelves.
I would assume so.
Right.
Oh, look who's here.
You can even see.
Huh?
You can see
Oh
part of
boy.
it here.
Now
Hang
the
on.
party.
Yeah, I bigged you.
Okay.
Where in the world
And
are you going to put this thing?
That's the shortest mast.
Hey, John.
Here's the next piece. Okay.
Oh no! Wow.
Todd,
as you
this
can
has
see,
to be
like-
your next build.
This is the
definitely
top of
not
the shortest mast. Look how much taller that one is. Okay.
Yeah, there's no way. That would
No.
never put on my desk.
Dude, you did the Flying Dutchman. That worked out fine.
This is way bigger.
Okay, well, a little bit.
Here's a yard and a yard arm.
Good Lord.
Like
Yeah.
here's a regular sheet of paper, right? Yeah.
Yeah, longer than that.
Now this one will go here.
Brian, I don't know because the snow has been snowing since Tuesday, and they say it's not going to let up until like 6 p.m. tonight, my time. So we haven't really gotten any totals coming in yet.
There you go.
Matter of fact, most of the time they're pulling the city trucks. They've been pulling off the road because it's just getting too dangerous out there even for them.
He's got a half a window's height. That's how many feet.
Right. D says, "Evening, Lewis." Oh, is Lewis on here? Oh, he is. Oh, I'm sorry, Lewis. I must have flew right by. I didn't even realize you snuck into chat. Lewis from Model Making Truckers here. Plus, we have John Paul. He showed up.
There you go.
Good Lord,
I don't know
dude.
if you can. Don't get too dizzy, guys.
That's insane, Mark.
Like, you can see how tall this is.
Yeah, I have no room for that, but it's going to look amazing. I agree, Peter. I agree. That thing is insane. I feel for your stress levels when you have to start rigging it.
Oh, rigging's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
Remember when I was saying that I had to use a lacquer thinner?
Yes.
This whole top end, I painted the white with Krylon. Okay, and I used cheap freaking masking tape from Amazon, so it bled everywhere, all the way through.
Oh no!
So I had to strip all of this, all the way around, and remask it, and respray it again with automotive white paint and a 2K clear.
So you understand my issue with the boat that I'm working on.
Oh yeah. But now you see what I mean about huge.
Yeah, that's insane. Now Brian says you're doing a buddy build with this.
Yeah, Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack. That's now. What stage is he at now?
Well, he's doing. See, this one here is a 196 scale. Okay, Charlie is doing a 196 scale. Okay, so his is only about that long in total.
Okay, right.
Now he's got pretty much everything on the deck, like all the pumps, all the hatches, the hoists, everything, right? Whereas me, well, you see where I'm at, and yeah, he's ready to start doing all the masts.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, the next comment Brian makes is he's going to put it in the damn water, Eric. What do you expect? Are you really going to make this thing float?
Who, me? No.
No.
What? No.
Okay. Just double check it. I wanted to just, fake news, Brian. Fake news. Pete says that ship is.
I feel the shit out of that. But I don't have any weights in the bottom, so it probably just flip itself over.
Pete from Ozscale Modeling there, Max, says that ship is going to look amazing when it's done.
Hey, look, Steve's
here's
head.
hoping. This is the first time I've ever done a ship like this. So here's hoping.
Hit right, knock on wood, and then cross your fingers and toes.
So far on the hull, not including the stripping, remasking, and repainting the top section, I've got 60 hours just on the hull and deck.
I can imagine.
Yeah, each mast is averaging about 18 hours so far. That's before paint. So just cleanup, assembly, things like that. I got about 18 hours per mast.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But it's going to look, yeah, but in the end, you're going to see all that hard work, right? So, I mean, it pays off. Especially when all that rigging is done.
That's the thing. All this hard work and detail and cleanup, you're probably not going to see it because there's going to be so much goddamn rigging in the way. You're not going to see half of it.
Yep. I had that issue when I built the Lindbergh Jolly Roger, and I got to the point of the rigging there, and I was like, my God, the rigging is just kind of taking over.
And see, most of this is like a lot of research is what I'm doing. I'm not building to the restored version of the Cuddy. I'm finding all the information that I can for the 1952-ish, 1953 version when they first brought it home. when they first brought it back home.
Brian says
So,
it's
of
a
course-
damn boat, LOL. A real boat in size. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. You know how hard it is to paint that bitch in the spray booth when it doesn't really fit?
Yeah, and you know, and it kind of ticks you off too, because it's like, you know, you want to do, especially with trophies, you want to do the spray all in one go and not in sections.
Well,
I think
that's my spray booth. Homemade spray booth. And I've got about a ½ inch of space on either end with the shifts in there. Because I believe I made that like almost 40 inches wide. So yeah, it doesn't want to sit in there very nicely. But all of this, like we're building my dad a bedroom in here. You can see all the steel studs.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, steel studs.
So
Nice.
eventually there'll be a shelf that goes right across above my speakers. And then this wall here will be all custom built height for like the Cuddy Shark. When I build my HMS Victory 1350, or not HMS Victory, USS Missouri 1350 scale. I've got the HMS Victory over there. That's the 1/225 scale. So all my shelves will be built accordingly. Now on this side of the wall, right, going this way down the hallway here, that's all going to be shelves from floor to ceiling for my cars and trucks.
Nice. Nice plan of attack,
And
though.
What's that?
I said, there's a nice plan of attack, you know, of knowing where you want things to go and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, we're building a shop outside right now for Dad. It'll be 20 by 24. But what he wants to do is build his own room out there because he moved out here from Alberta. So almost 3 weeks ago now, he drove across Canada, him and his dog, 3,822 miles. Drove all the way out here.
Oof.
And but he wants to build a room about 10 by 12 on the back side of his shop, so that when he wants to, he can just go out in the shop and work. When he's tired, he can go lay down, blah blah blah, right? So when he does that, this room is going to be a bathroom. We'll turn it into a bathroom after. So we're building his room, but at the same time planning ahead for where like the toilet and sink's going to be, and you know, the
Right.
tub and shower, and you know, things like that, right? So kind of planning ahead. And the bathroom sink, we're going to be using a laundry sink, one of those big goddamn laundry sinks that are deep.
Oh yeah.
This way I can clean parts. Dad can clean paintbrushes, whatever. It's not this fucking little sink that you can't do shit in.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I hear you. No, and it'll work too. Buck and I were just talking about, you know, how to, like, you know, remove paint. We were talking about that purple power or whatever the hell, super clean or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And with a big sink like that, you can soak like just about everything, especially if you're doing like auto models, right? You could just like plop it in there, boom.
Yeah. See, I use Easy Off, yellow Easy Off. Chrome is gone in less than 2 minutes.
Shit. Nice.
Paint, depending on the type of paint, 5 to 15 minutes, paint's gone. Yeah, I
So
saw
it's
those,
not,
Brian.
so you don't have to wait overnight for it, is what you're saying.
Oh hell no! Shit, I was gonna do a chrome recording, like how to remove chrome, right?
Yeah.
And I put some in. I sprayed that, flipped it over, sprayed that again. I put another piece in, and I gave it I was about to give it a light spray, and I stopped, right? Walked over, grabbed the camera, come back. I mean, you saw how far away my spray booth was because I did it in there to get rid of the fumes, right? It was outside. And
Right.
yeah, freaking the one set of chrome was already done. I sprayed that one, and before I was even done talking, I mean, there was no chrome left on it. You know,
Jeez.
I'm like, well, shit, this is going to be like a 4-minute fucking video.
They're right.
So I ended up throwing it in with a bunch of, I threw it in as a clip with one of the other videos I did. I don't remember. I think it's a, no, it wasn't Pride. I don't think it was Pride of the Country. Oh, it's the one for the big rig that I'm doing. My fleet, one of my fleet trucks.
Oh, nice.
This one, this one here.
Yeah, that's a good color combo too. Now, it kind of reminds me of like the Transformer there.
Oh, Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, this here.
Mm. Yeah, that looks sharp.
And there's no clear coat on this yet. I'll be doing that here soon. That's just the paint itself.
Let's get caught up on chat here. Pete says, I think it's still in Greenwich, right? I went on that about 29 years ago. Oh, the Cuddy Sark? I don't know.
It's still sitting in, yeah, it's still sitting there.
Right on.
But they changed so much stuff from the original.
Brian says, Mark, those pictures of the pirate ship I sent you, that guy had to scratch build about 20 pulleys because there wasn't enough in the kit. I hope you've counted yours.
Well, I'm hoping there's enough because damn, there's a lot of them. The original Cuddy has 11.5 miles of rigging.
Jeez.
And it was what, 32,000 square feet of sail.
That's insane.
My dad did this size of ship back when I was like 2 years old, and he said there was roughly about 3.25 miles of rigging string in that ship.
Well, 1/90th of that is going to still be a ton of rigging.
Right? D says, I've to get the hood sprayed, but not a mission of getting it into a booth 4 feet long. Yeah, like with Mac, you know, I mean, both Mac and I have custom made booths that are really big, but not big enough.
Yeah.
Like to do a 4-foot model, I couldn't fit it in mine, and mine's about the same. Just by the looks, mine's about the same as yours, Mac. Hey, I'll take one.
You want a monster?
No, shit, I don't drink those things. No, actually, I got zero sugar Coca-Cola today.
Yeah, but see, I could just go right here, grab Honey Jack Daniels.
Oh boy,
Or I can go, or I can reach to the other side. Yeah. And grab Budweiser.
Good Lord. You got it going on now. All you need is like a portable charcoal grill that's underneath the desk on the other side.
See, if I go up on my shelf there, I've got Fireball, I've got Captain Morgan spiced rum, whatever the fuck this shit is.
Don't tease Eric.
Bacardi spiced.
But why is
If I
the
go to
rum
the free-
gone?
If I go to the freezer, I've got Ouzo sitting in the freezer.
What is Steve making?
He said
What's the
something about a sign, I
manufacturer
guess.
of that Cuddy? This one here is Revell. Yeah, copyright of 1974 Revell.
1974 Revell, Pete.
Let's see. Make Steve big. I want to see what he's making.
Yep.
And I want to know when he's going to let us move into his shop.
Okay, this is the CNC. He does routing for signs. He said with the CNC, or was it the laser one?
That's definitely routing. It's mechanical.
Yeah, that's a router. I've got the box here if they want to see the box.
It's a sign base for an edge lit LED sign.
Ah, excellent.
All right, hang on there, Mike. Let's exit that, and we'll make you big. I do. There you go, Pete. Good God, the box is huge.
It's big.
Look at that. Now, okay, Mike. Here's a question: Are you gonna have full sales, or are you gonna have them tied up?
I'm gonna have furled sails because I don't like these fucking plastic things they give you. They give you these vacuum form
those.
sails.
It's like vacuum form or some shit like that.
There's 3 sheets of them.
Yeah, those could all go in the bin.
Well, I kept them because I wasn't sure if I was going to go open sail and then I was going to use them as a template for cutting out the cloth. All right. But because I'm going to go furled sails, right? Those are the ones that are rolled up, right?
Yep.
I might still cut them out as a template and then put them in their place, sew them on, and then roll them up, right?
Oh yeah, use them. Okay, use them as a template for cutting out the actual sail.
Cut out fabric sails, but then still roll them up because I want to have furled sails.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's gonna look sharp. Now you see, I like the sails the sails tied up only because if they were full sail, it takes away, in my opinion, from the rigging. I don't know why, but it's just the way I look at it. I've built both versions.
It hides. Yeah, it hides so much, right?
Yeah, and I've built both versions. The Jolly Roger from the Lindbergh, I built that with full sails. Matter of fact, I even used the vacuum form sails that came with it. I didn't care for it. I thought it kind of sucked. And then I did the Halcon, which is a clipper, a Baltimore clipper basically, and I did that with the tied up sails, right? So
yeah. and that's what I like. I like the look of the sails, but I mean, one, the ship's not in motion, and 2, it looks funny without something on the yards, right? So
right.
I'm setting up all the yards in the manner of furled sails. So when your sails are up, right, you're at port kind of thing. So all of the yard arms are moved in where they're supposed to be, and certain yards they move them up the mast when you're full sail, right? When your sails are furled, then certain ones get moved down, right?
D says a ship model like that needs proper sails. No, D, no. It's dry dock, right? It's just sitting in port, minding its own business.
It's like this yard here, if they were at full sail, this one would be up here, right? You can see the notch where it should be. And then this one should be here. This one would be up here, right? So they all move
that's really
up.
Cool.
They all move up depending on if you're full sail or not, right? And even like, even this one moves up to here, right? And then these things, these 2 side pieces, they move outwards. when you're at full sail.
You know, I never knew all of that. I didn't realize that the yard arms or whatever you call them, they're actually, you know, retracted and extended.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The only ones that don't move are. What did I grab the middle?
God, yeah, the pulleys. There's got to be just a billion pulleys and block and tackle for this.
Yeah, this one doesn't move. The one that goes here, that one stays still, and this one stays still. Right? Only these upper ones go up. All right? And it's just so like, it's more like putting it away, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's riggings and rat lines all through this thing. Like this is all for rat line. That'll go up. Then there's some here that go up. Then there's some on the ship deck that goes up. And then this little ring at the bottom that's full of pins here. That's for tying up then your rigging, your running rigging for your sails. And there's some all along, like all these pin rails here that I'm doing. You know,
are you gonna omit some of the rigging, or are you gonna full on do a proper everything that was on the ship in real life? You're gonna do.
As much as I can find out, I'm gonna do. Like if you were putting the plastic sails on, then there's more rigging that you would have to do, right? Because you'd have the tie on up top, but then you'd have the two bottom corners of the sail, right, that you would have to rig in. But because I'm doing furled sails, having them all rolled up and tied up, right, so they'd be up here instead.
Right.
I would still need those, but I have to figure out where they would go with the sails in open, but then extend it because, of course, now everything's closed up. So I got to figure out where all that rigging would be. This model, you can do it either way with full sail or just the yard arms, right? So without the sails, there'd be less rigging. But because I'm still doing a sail, but furled sails, I have to do somewhere in between a full sail and a no sail, because now I got to figure out where that rigging would be when everything is all closed up.
Right.
Right. So it's going to take a little more work, but I do plan on having as much rigging as possible.
Now, I know like some modelers, they put sort of like a goal, right? They set goals when they start a model, at least in their head. Now, do you have a goal set in mind where you'd like to see this finished, or is this just a 10-year type project?
15.
I'm hoping to have this done by not this January, but next January. So basically in a year's time.
Another year. And that's, and that's kind of reasonable. You never set too high expectations on yourself, for sure.
Well,
I just know
I've never done rigging before, and everybody says it's the rigging that takes forever.
It is.
If I figure next January, because right now the deck, the gluing, the plastic, all that, I mean, that's nothing. Once the rigging starts, that's when it's going to start taking a long freaking time. So depending on how that goes and how much it frustrates me.
Putting the ship together is the quickest and easiest part of the process on a tall ship. Once you hit the rigging, then you've got all these little bits and bops, that you have to like piece together with like the pulleys and things like that. And then it's like, for instance, the rat lines, the next ship I do, which is the Black Pearl, which I'll be starting January, that one I want to do the rat lines myself.
Hey, Eric?
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay.
So, Mark, what you need to do is get this from Amazon.
Oh, I need that.
That is perfect for rigging.
Hypo Smith?
Does it? It's GS Hypo Cement.
What it
Never heard
is,
of it.
it's like a super glue, but it's not as brittle. It's rubbery a little bit, and it's got a
Okay.
needle applicator.
Beautiful.
So when you tie your knots, what you do is you tie your knot, and then you pull. When you pull your knot tight, you put a drop of this on there, hold it for about 5 seconds, and it should set the knot for you.
I wonder if I can get that in Canadian Amazon or if I have to go to the US one.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, check it out, man.
Mm.
Like for real.
this is all
I
the-
know Bucks mentioned it to me when I was doing the Jolly Roger and the Halcon, but it's just I never remembered it.
When I did my plastic black pearl several years ago, when I got done
You
with the
said that
rigging, I was using that stuff to do the rigging, and I was so impressed with it that as soon as I got done, I went to Amazon and bought like 5 tubes of it so I would never run out.
That was GS?
Can you show it again, Buck?
GS Hypo? Okay.
GS Hypo Cement.
Hey, I'll see what I can find. I might have to order it from the US site though.
Well, and if you don't see it in
Yeah,
the tube, it comes in a box like this.
Okay.
I mean, for when it comes to working on rigging and ropes and stuff like that, I swear by that stuff.
So when are you sending me that, Buck? Just curiosity.
3 days after it stops snowing forever in Bismarck and it gets up to 120.
Gordon, by the way, hi Gordon. I'm glad you're still
Hey,
kicking.
Gordon.
He says I don't know if he meant brittle stuff or he says brittle stuff that GS Cement, Buck.
Brilliant.
Ah,
Brilliant stuff.
brilliant. Okay, not brittle, brilliant. Got it. He said it's what jewelers use to put diamonds in jewelry.
Yep.
That's sweet. That's some pretty decent stuff right there.
And it's, like I said, when it dries, it's flexible.
Now that all I did was type in GS and came right up. GS Hypo Cement Jewelers Glue Jewelry.
Now you guys, Mac, you guys have Amazon CA, right? Like your own version, Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you found it on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
GS Hypo Cement Jewelry Repair Glue. $9.89 and $10 delivery. Why the hell is it not free delivery? I'm a Prime user.
Brian says, "All right, boys, I'm out. Have a good day. Have a good one there, Brian. Thanks for coming."
Christ, I found one that says free delivery, but it's $30.57.
Wow.
This one is $9.99 delivery. Where the hell is this one coming from? $149 free delivery.
Oh, good
Damn.
Lord.
Yeah, like what the hell? $70
Wow.
with $24 delivery. $16, $6 delivery. $27 free delivery.
Now you know why I bought a bunch of it when I first used it.
So
All right,
basically
I gotta put
$19 for this one. $19.89.
Buck, I'm going to be right
1007
back. You have the comm.
I
10:07 delivery. This delivery date between December 29th and January 10th. I wonder if that B700 is the same stuff.
I don't think so, because I actually have a tube of that somewhere around here too.
because it's saying like glue with tip, fabric super glue.
I mean, it might work.
B7000 rhinestone craft clear liquid glue, super adhesive for cell phone repair, clothes, glass, wood. Because
So-
2 tubes of that's only $14 and free delivery.
You might give that a shot. Just the thing that is, if you take a look on my screen, that's the size of the pin that keeps the nozzle clear. And on the Hypo Cement,
Yeah.
this is the size of the nozzle.
Yeah, and see, that's what it's pretty much showing. It's like a steel metal tube tip. Precision application. They're showing for fingernails, cell phones, you know, gems on your nails, fixing a cup. 2-piece, 25 milliliter glue. Takes 6 to 10 minutes to dry. Total drying takes 24 hours. Rhinestone glue. Craft glue will not break after stretching by 900%. It'll stretch 900% with high elasticity.
I would take some of
two
what it
bottles
says
of-
on there with a grain of
Sorry?
salt, because one of them says like Wonder Gravity Cement or something like that.
Yeah, this is two tubes of B7000. $14.99 free delivery. Would be here by the 29th. The Hypo Cement is $9.89 plus $10 delivery. Delivery between the 29th and the 10th. So it's $19 for one tube, whereas it's $14, well, $15 for 2 tubes.
Well, and
So I just wondered.
this is actually a really small tube.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at this, how big the, like how much is in this tube. It's not showing me amount. Item
How much
volume,
is in
9
the
millimeters.
B7000?
How much is in it?
Yeah. How many ounces?
Where to go? So I'm looking here. Come on, switch over. 2 25 milliliter or 0.9 ounce tubes. So either 25 milliliter or 9 ounce, 0.9 ounce tube. So in total you get 50 milliliters.
I think this is actually, oh, there it is. It's on the back here. This is 9 milliliters.
90?
GS Hypo. 9.
Okay, so they're quite a bit bigger then.
Yeah.
Because 90, like those 2 tubes would only be 50.
No, not 90. 9.
9?
Yep. Let
9
me see if I can get
milliliters.
it to focus. Yeah, right there.
1/3 fluid ounce, yeah. 9 milliliters.
So those two tubes would be 5
Oh.
times this much.
Oh, easy. Because 1 tube is 25 milliliters. So I guess it's worth checking out, eh? If it works and does the exact same as the Hypo Cement, maybe you have a different one too now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it's
like I said,
like
bought
19
5
bucks
tubes
for
this
one tube. Yeah, $19 for one tube, or $15 for 2 tubes at triple the amount of fluid.
Yeah.
Quadruple
See,
the
I
amount of
bought 5
fluid.
tubes of this stuff back about 9 years ago.
Yeah. Just doing all kinds of detail painting, like I did the wood decks on these things. Right.
There you go. That's nice.
Did all the wood deck on it, you know, so you could see underneath and everything. Did all that. Now I got to do all the black on the pin rails and everything, and the tan rigging on the dead eyes here, and then the flat black top and bottom. The dead eyes themselves stay white. Lots of little details to do now. And then all the pin rails in here have to be painted black.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane, man. Yeah, but it's a fun project, you know? I mean, you just can't get around it. It's just fun.
Well, you can see here that, you know, just by painting them black, how much better it looks. Right?
Yep. Yeah, look at that. They just kind of pop.
Yeah, and that's the way it is on the ship, too.
Shu! Hey, Shu, how's it going?
Welcome, Shu.
Think you're still at work there, buddy? You know, using the wet dry sandpaper. You know, it's kind of cool because this is the first time I've actually used wet dry sandpaper. They last a long time. I love it.
Yeah. That's because you're cleaning out the in between the grains, right?
Oh yeah, and it's still very effective. I'm kind of thrown back by it. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool.
That's why we always wet sanded our primer on our cars in the body shop. We leave a 600 grit wet sanding on primer is closer to the 800 grit dry sanding on primer. You actually get a true grit sanding when you're using wet sanding. When you dry sand, it actually causes the dust that you're sanding to stick to the grit of the sandpaper, causing it to be coarser than what you're actually sanding.
That's cool. I mean, it's something that I'm going to use because I'm building right now. I'm in the process of building the 67 Plymouth GTX.
Yeah.
And I've already sprayed. You know, I already sanded it down, did what I needed to do. I'm not a CAD guy, so it's kind of a learning process.
Yeah.
But I did the final coat, and it was what was it? The Tester's Extreme Lacquer, Purplicious, and it went down beautifully. But like you said, if I wet sanded it and then put another coat on, do you think that would make a difference? Yeah. Like it would just make it more.
Oh yeah, it'd be way smoother. It's almost like polishing, really, right? You're gonna wet sand when a car is done. You're gonna wet sand to get rid of all the high bumps that an air gun creates, right? That orange peel effect, right? So you're gonna knock down all that those high bumps, and what the water does is allows your sandpaper to glide and cleans out the actual sandpaper, so you're getting a true grit of whatever you're sanding with, right? Instead of building up on each one of those little sand grains and causing more scratches. So a
That's
little
that,
bit
that,
of
that
soapy,
makes
little bit of soapy water cleans the sandpaper, and you're getting a true grit of sanding.
and that makes perfect sense.
Right? If you don't get rid of that, you put on 4 coats of paint, each coat is building up that orange peel a little higher and higher and higher. Right? But if you do 2 coats of paint, let it dry
Yep.
fully, wet sand it, and give it a final coat, you could actually use less paint and get a better finish. And even if you wanted to afterwards, I mean, you got to be careful, but once you got, say, 2 or 3 coats of color on, you let it dry for a few days, wet sand, then clear coat, especially if you're using a 2K clear, you're going to have one hell of a high gloss. Then, again, if you let that clear coat dry, wet sand and polish, I mean, you'd be like a freaking chunk of glass. It'd be
Wow.
so smooth, so flat. I mean, on a small scale model, it's not a big deal, but on a full-size car, you don't want to use your fingers to wet sand because you can cause grooves and waves. You want a solid foam block or something like that behind your sandpaper.
I am listening and I am taking notes.
That's only because
Okay.
you won't remember tomorrow.
Let's see, solo. Okay, it's dusty because it has been a while. But this is the. Can I bring you down, maybe?
Don't bring me down, man.
Depends on what you're
Don't bring
showing.
me down. There we go. Purplicious.
Yeah.
Now again, it's dusty, so.
Yeah.
But
No, you said it
You
was
can-
purplish.
you see that it to me, it looks
That's
like
your orange
spackle,
peel.
and there is a spackle to this, but it almost looks like orange peel, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
that's
I
orange
wet
peel.
right, so if I wet sanded this and then gave it another coat, that wouldn't be there.
It'd be a lot less, yes. Like, I
Okay.
mean, extremely a lot less. And then again, if you just wet sanded that and gave it clear coat, you know, that would go away completely.
That's cool. I might have to do this too then.
Do a wet, like depending on how many coats of paint you have on that and how heavy your coats are, you have to be careful not to burn through. So in a sense, you have to just go slow, you know, and lightly, and just keep going at it, wipe it off, because when you're wet sanding and it's wet, you can't see shit. But if you dry it off, you'll see the dull spots, and you'll see as you're going, right? You wet sand a little bit, wipe it off.
Yep.
You'll see if it's completely flat or not.
What?
But if you're going to put a 2K clear on it, you don't have to be perfectly flat. You just want to knock it down, say about 80%, then hit it with your clear. You know, put 2 or 3 coats of clear on it, let it all dry, and then you could wet sand your clear again, because if you don't get rid of those high spots, all you're doing is building those high spots higher and higher and higher.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you get rid of 80% of the high spot now, put clear coat on it, right? Now you've only built that high spot up, maybe 15%. Now when you're going to wet sand it to clear coat, you're going to knock that down to almost 3%. And when you polish, I mean, that 3% at that scale, you'd never see it. Never.
Okay. Now
I
the
mean,
next
3%
question
on a
is,
one car,
what
you'd
grit?
hardly see.
What grit would you use?
Again, depending on how many coats of paint you have on it and how heavy the paint was, you know, I would start probably somewhere in the 800 grit.
I have up to 12,000.
And,
I bought this.
I mean,
I
you
have
can use
1,000.
12,000. It's just going to take long. it's just going to take longer to do so, right? Because it's like scratching your arm with a piece of paper or scratching your arm with a set of fingernails. You know what I mean?
Right. I have 600 and then 1,000. I don't have the 800.
Okay, well then I would go to 1,000. Like I said, the
1,000
higher the
volts.
grit, it's just gonna take you longer, but it is safer to do, right? Because it's not going to cut it down really fast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, it's like, you know, throw sand on the hood of your car and rub your hand across it, or throw gravel on the hood of your car and rub your hand across it. Which one's going to make bigger scratches? Right?
Right.
It's going to take longer to go through the paint with sand than it would be with rock, kind of thing, right? That's the way you got to look at it. So yeah,
All
go for 1,000. A little bit of warm soapy water. You know, it doesn't have to be real soapy, but just a little, like half a drop kind of thing. You know, and yeah, just take your time. You know, you got a piece of balsa wood or something, you can put it behind it, but on that scale, you shouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, unless you got like pencil fingers or something.
Yeah, right. Nah, I got a sausage. I got an oven mitt.
Yeah. No, because for somebody that's never done it, 1,000 grit, you're safe, because 1,000 grit isn't going to take off a whole lot of material in one swipe. You know what I mean? It's going to take several swipes, whereas a 600 grit, you're going to take it down real fast.
D asked, "Did you paint the inside?" No. This is like the overspray, right? Of spraying it. Yeah. Because I had it actually sitting on. I don't have one of those fancy car things. You know what I'm talking about? To put the body on. So what I did was I taped it right here to an empty paint can. So I had the paint can and I was just kind of like spraying it around.
You can't see mine, but the hood of my truck is like that.
Oh,
too.
wait a minute. Exit.
You probably can't see it with that glare. You can see the circle.
Oh yeah. See, great minds, man. Great minds think alike.
Yeah. This one I just sat on. I have that the stand and turntable, but when you're painting 3 and 4 cars at a time or 15 parts, well, it don't take long. Those 2 things are used up.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, you got a body on one, and you got, well, the turntable has all the holes and everything for like your toothpicks or clamps or whatever you're using. So I mean, 15 parts on that, and that's full. What do you do with, you know, like this here? I put the body on the body clamp, and then I put this on the flat turntable, the interior. Well, the hood got put on a paint can.
And it works.
And I'll usually have 2 or 3 paint cans, and you know, I don't throw out my empty spray cans.
See, have you ever heard the term shade tree mechanic? It's where they use just about anything like duct tape and baling twine, but they get it done and make it happen. Well, we're shade tree modelers.
Oh yeah.
Buck, you were gonna say something?
Well, yeah, you remember the voodoo I pulled off with craft paint a couple of years ago?
The what?
Voodoo I pulled off with craft paint on Digger a couple of years ago. That's craft paint.
Yeah.
Nice.
Craft paint through a cheapo airbrush.
And it worked.
Oh, it came out beautiful. That was back when Spencer was being accused of pulling off voodoo with his craft paint, because he got a high sheen off of craft paint.
D says, was going to say, play it safe and practice your wet sand on a spot inside the car before you do it the outside. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Where's your sense of
Yeah,
misadventure?
if there's not the same amount of paint on the inside, it's not going to tell you much, right?
Right.
I mean, it's good way to practice, but you know, if you're ever shooting, like say another car body, don't press hard. Just do it lightly. Keep wiping it off. See your progress. You know, you'll see the flat spots of the high spots, right? You'll see it dull out. If the whole thing is starting to turn dull, it's pretty much time to stop. Stay away from your hard edges, because that's where your paint is the thinnest, and it'll burn through, and then you'll be painting the body anyway.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So just do your big flat areas. Then if you want, you can gently fold the paper in half and just kind of very, very lightly do your edges. Now do you see how it's now that it's dry, you see where it's flat? And you still have a shiny spot in between, in between the bumps?
Yep. Because you can tell the difference between unsanded and sanded.
Yeah. Now feel it too, though. Feel it with your finger.
Oh yeah, what a difference!
You put clear coat on that, and it's going to be like glass. Now, again, 2 or 3 coats of clear. Now, if you're depending on the clear you're using, like if you're using an aerosol clear, it probably take 4 coats of clear before you have enough that you can actually wet sand. But if you're using like a 2K clear that goes on fairly heavy, you can go 2 coats and wet sand and polish, and yeah, you'd be glass. All you're trying to do is get rid of about 85% of the high spots. On that scale, you'd never notice going any further than that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like 85% on a 1-to-1 car, you'd still see the orange peel. You'd have to bring it down to at least 90%, 93% gone to pretty much get rid of all the orange peel. On a 124 scale, 85% gone, and you'll never notice it.
I'm back.
Hey, sorry, I was going to add you just... I was like...
Hey, I was going to ask Steve, I saw he jumped on there with his sign. Is that a I'm on the air sign?
That is, that's what I was going to show you. That's the final product.
Oh, cool.
That is beautiful.
What'd
That's
you do
your,
etching with on the glass?
Yeah,
You
did the wooden base, and then the laser cutter does
Steve,
the acrylic. Yeah.
is that yours? Are you a ham operator?
Well, no, that's for my customer, but yes, I am.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yep.
Shu said I'm still working on my loaf of bread. Actually, the loaf of bread is almost done.
What will they use that for, Steve? Is that like on the air sign?
Yeah, they just have it sitting on their desk, light it up. But I have stuff for EMS, fire, personal stuff. I also have hockey puck ones, which are circular.
How much would it cost you, or how much would it cost me for you to make that, what is it, acrylic or glass piece?
Yeah, but I don't know. If it's on the website, I think it's like $30, something like that.
Because I can build the base. That's not a problem. I do a lot of stuff with electronics and Arduino. So
yeah, all it is.
But I don't.
RGB strip. That's it.
Yeah.
With a
When
wooden
you
base.
gonna start making all our channel logos into those signs there, Steve?
Well, I have to cut another one of these, and I actually have the HTM symbol mocked up. So I was going to cut one of those when I did next batch in a few minutes.
You send that to Eric.
Hey, if I had extra money, I'd totally pay you for one of those for like the HTM channel. You know.
Yeah,
Well, I was thinking this. I was thinking the BSC.
That would look cool too. Yeah.
You quit being so nasty, huh?
Yeah.
And then you had to fix it.
Yeah.
You grumpy.
That's what I was thinking. How much would it cost for me to get one made and shipped out to me? I know the shipping would cost quite a bit, but
Yeah, that'd be cool.
because I don't have the equipment to do the clear part. I thought of doing it like etching glass, but I don't have my sandblaster here either. Actually, I have a handheld sandblaster.
Do you?
Now you got me thinking. Piece of 8 mil glass.
Yeah, I've done sandblasting, but that's messy. It's easier just to stick the acrylic in the laser cutter and go.
That,
Yeah, but see, a chunk of 8 mil glass here would cost me $3. I have sand here. I have a mini sandblaster. So yeah, I could probably make it for about $8, $10. Not that I don't want to support somebody, but
It's only eight.
yeah, the shipping would probably be about $45. Shipping to Canada would probably be about $45.
Oh God, I just had to ship a couple things to Canada, and it's just crazy the prices for shipping. And that was
That's what I mean. So
D says,
I would take the messy and dirty to save $45 just in shipping alone.
D says, nice, Steve. Did a good job on that.
Yeah, no, that looks wicked though.
Thank you.
I have a laser engraver here, and I bought it from Banggood. Right, and it's not a. I mean, I've heard other people using them, but there's something wrong with the driver board, and now I can't get a hold of the freaking company, and Banggood doesn't want to do anything. So I have this $400 laser engraver cutter here that I can't. I've never even used ever.
Wow.
It's brand new. It's still in the box, and I can't seem to find a driver board for it. I've tried. Was it Niji? I tried contacting them, but they don't want to send me something because it's not one of their Niji machines, but it's exactly the same as their Niji machine, just branded differently because, well, that's what China does.
Right.
Is it a CO2 laser or?
No, it's a diode laser. Yeah, but I even bought the upgrade for it because I went and got the 10-watt laser, and I jumped it up to a 20-watt laser. And yeah, I can't use it because the driver board, there's something wrong with it. The computer sees that it's there, but it won't communicate with it, no matter what I do.
Wow.
And so I took it all apart, put it back in its plastic bags, and put it back in the box. And it's been sitting there for the last 2.5 years.
Dang.
It's
not even able to use
never
it.
even fired the laser because it wouldn't communicate with it. And I tried a laptop and 2 different towers, like 2 different computers. Nope. So it's not the computer, it's something with the driver board.
Well, I don't know if you can see, I changed my camera angle, but there's the laser cutter right there, the white and red machine. That's an 80-watt CO2. Now,
I'd love to have
here's
that.
the strange thing. Yeah. Now here's the strange thing. The only way my computer will communicate with that is if I use a USB extender and a USB port.
Really?
Otherwise, it won't recognize it. And look at the power, I'm sure what I'm talking about. So here's the notebook that I use to cut with. So I have this. So I have the laser cutter going into this, and then of course this plugs into the USB port here. If I take the laser cutter and put it right into the USB port, it won't recognize it. But if I use this in place, it recognizes it and it cuts beautiful. So you can try something like that.
Really? There
Yeah,
must be
it's
something
really
that's
weird.
blocking the signal. Might be something I have to look into then. 'Cause like I said, I got about 400. Well, it's what?
I mean, yeah, they're pretty cheap.
398.
Heck, that thing I bought this one, the thickler one off of again off of Amazon, and it's got 3 USB ports and a network adapter.
That's just a USB hub, eh?
Something like that. Yeah, that's all it is a USB hub. And it worked. I was on the phone for hours with tech support with the laser cutter, and they couldn't figure out what it is, yada, yada, yada. So I for some reason, I tried it this way. I forget why, because I think I wanted to use the mouse. And then all of a sudden, it started communicating with the laser cutter. I haven't had a problem in the last 5 years.
So I wonder if mine would work, because I've got one for the cameras. Because I've got 2 cameras, right? I got this one here.
Give it a shot. And it is a USB hub. USB. It's a USB 3 hub. So I often wonder if it being a USB 3 hub, that means something. But you know, I took the win. I didn't bother to investigate it any farther. It worked, so I went for it.
Because I got this here. It's a 4-into-1. I got my 2 cameras in it. My 2 cameras, I can turn them on and off, right? I can turn each port on and off. Because I've got my two webcams plugged into it, and I've got this extra cord, and that's what I plug my camera phone into once I'm done filming and download it onto the computer, right?
Yeah, when I used to use OBS, I had 2 of those extenders because OBS doesn't like 2 webcams plugged into the same USB port. Like, you know, if you got 2 USB ports on the side of your computer, that's actually only 1 USB port that's got an internal splitter. OBS doesn't like that. So I found if I use 2 extenders, it acted like 2 different USB devices, and I could use 2 webcams with OBS.
I have 2 cameras into a single hub, but it's a very nice hub and it's powered.
Yeah, it's some people have no problem, and other people it was a nightmare. I'm talking about on my desktop too. If I plugged 2 webcams in, only one would be recognized. But if I plugged one directly in the computer and another one into a hub, it worked fine.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to mute myself. I'm getting dark out here, so I'm going to go throw the ducks back in their freaking hut and close up the chickens, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Take care.
All right, bro.
I'm not going to close out. I'm just going to mute off. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, bro.
I'm serious, Steve. Let me know what it's going to cost me. I want my little Marvel Phoenix logo and a acrylic stand.
Everybody loves the sign.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh man, that kicks butt, man.
Not many of us are can be so cool to have such a cool playground to work in.
Well, this is the garage. I guess you would call it the cavern of the cave, but it's a real shithole right now.
Oh yeah. It looks like total shit. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Total garbage.
I wouldn't step foot in that crap, man.
Yeah, I got this thing still. I finished up the net.
Your signal's not very
So
good there.
that's
I'll
done
get that.
that. Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on wireless out in the garage. I think that's the problem. Let's see, what am I using? Oh, should be good.
Okay, those are ready for paint. Yay.
I created the stream for tonight, by the way.
What's that?
I said I created the stream for tonight.
Yeah. We're going on almost 3 hours, so that's funny.
You
I
need a
got a
break?
lot. I got a lot of painting to do. So yeah, I'll probably call it quits right now, and then see you guys back at 8. Appreciate everybody that decided to join us in the chat, and the ones
Sounds
that
like a
joined us on a very impromptu Buck and I stream. We were just like, "Hey, you want to stream?" He's like, "Yeah, why not?"
What is that, Buck? Is that a
That's
side
my
view?
mirrors.
Ha! Nice. Do you chrome them?
Yep.
Is that Molotov or whatever?
Molotov?
Yeah, it's the chrome pen.
I love that thing.
Now, what you need to do is like dollop clear over it to make it that real nice sheen to it. Because that just looks painted.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about these. These 4 mirrors are the last parts.
Later, Shu. Have a good one.
See you,
Hopefully
Shu.
you'll be on stream tonight.
What's that?
Oh,
Steve?
you're both streaming tonight. All right.
Yeah, we are.
These mirrors are the last parts to go onto the tram.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, I just, during the stream, just sat here and I put these bars on here, put this up here, put the thread, these ladder pieces, the vents. I just went to town.
Wow. And now like we talked about at the beginning of the stream, now it's just the base.
Yep.
So, all right, guys.
Although,
Hope everybody
I didn't even
enjoyed
do the
your time here, and I guess we'll catch you tonight, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Are you gonna end the stream while Mark's gone? He'll come back and be so confused.
Yeah, I know, but unless you wanna end it, I gotta leave. So
I'll wait for them to leave, for him to come back.
okay, so it'll be me bailing out here, and I'll see you guys later.
yeah, I'm going to drop off too, Todd, because if I'm going to be on tonight, I need to relax some because
You take care of yourself, Buck. You can take off, and we'll see you tonight.
all right, sounds good.
You know you're a real man, Steve, if you have a pallet jack.
Well, yeah, I have to move the laser cutter to the front because of all the fumes. So I have to put the hose out the door. These laser cutters pick up a lot of nasty fumes.
It's just you and me until Mark gets back, and then we'll close it out for tonight. You gonna be on tonight?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I want to build that Gundam Batman.
Oh yeah, I want to see that for sure.
Trying to get Katrina to come on.
Oh, I suppose I should do the chat. See you, Gordon. Hopefully, see you tonight.
All right. Oh.
What was that? Was that an old man grunt?
Yeah, I was an old man grunt. It's been a hell of a week.
It's almost over.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to do more of the couple more packs of the Miura this weekend.
That's a fun build. I really enjoy that build.
I do like it. It's really nice. I'm glad because I missed the Eleanor. I still got to start the Super Snake, so maybe I'll do that too.
Well, the Super Snake is probably exactly the same build as the Eleanor, so.
It looks at different parts come at different times, but it looks the same.
Yeah. I mean, they're all made by Eligor. Eligor makes all those Mustang ones. I think they were going to make the Bullet one too that Eagle Moss was supposed to come out with.
Yeah. So if you're looking at my camera right now, you can probably see those tables directly in front.
Yeah.
That used to be the home delivered meals that they're getting rid of. So all that's going to be mine now. That whole one side, plus the office that's over to the right. That'll be mine, plus what's behind me where you saw the stuff here.
Now, how does this, is this part of the same building where your video studio
No, this is the agency where I work at during the day.
Oh, I got you.
3 days a week, yeah. And what's nice about that now is I can pull the vehicles in and work on them when I got to fix the tablets and the radios and all that stuff.
Jeez.
Ain't that?
Thanks. Oh. Tonight, I think I'm going to work on Knight Rider.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a while.
Yep, I just got the next 4, so I can do that. Do the advent calendar. I think I'm going to save the. Titanic work for a Saturday stream. I was going to pop on Saturday morning, like the normal, about the time that I would do the flight sim stream, and I'll do kind of my own little thing, maybe.
So if I read right, it sounds like what? It sounds like the third party person was giving some stories to Claire. Is that what's going on?
What's that?
So it sounded like the third party shipper was giving stories to Claire.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're just coming. They're all in the UK, so they're having to deal with that stuff remotely, and I think it just had something to do with the fact that they're built subs. You know what I mean? They're not normal subs.
Yeah.
They'll get it sorted out. I have faith.
Oh, I'm not worried. It's not like I don't have other builds to do.
Right? There's always stuff to do. But I am curious what's coming out. They're making an announcement on New Year's or Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I don't know what to be. Well, Wayne said last night on his, or yesterday or whatever the hell, that Shed is coming out with a tumbler. So I guess Gore is probably not doing the tumbler.
You know, I asked them specifically about the tumbler, and they said no.
Okay, that's probably why. Yeah.
Because if they
Yeah,
get
Vince
that worked
got
out,
headsets coming out.
I'd build that in a heartbeat because that's cool.
I wonder what it could be. I'm kind of anxious to see what it is. I'm eager.
I don't know. I am curious.
And according to Wayne, the Gore's coming out with 11 models this coming year.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. They've kind of been on a tear lately.
That's a lot of, yeah, a lot of money, and that's a lot of release. That's like a release a month.
Yeah. I hope the market will bear it.
Yeah, I hope they're not overbiting.
You know, don't pull an eagle moss. Don't
Yeah.
don't overextend yourself. You know what I mean? There's Mark. You're still muted, Mark.
We lost everybody.
Well, they all left, and I was waiting for you to get back because they wanted to. We were going to end the stream until we get back on tonight.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I wanted to hang out, so you weren't just left hanging.
There you
That wouldn't be the first time I was
go.
left with a blank screen sitting here.
No worries. All right, now that you're back, we're gonna go. Do you have anything to go on, Steve? Steve froze. He can probably still hear us.
Quite
But,
the shop he's in there.
oh no, he's got a heck of a shop. This is just one part of the shop. Steve's got it made.
Shit.
I love Steve.
My,
Steve's gonna be making
my
this-
dad would love that place.
The only problem is there ain't no park.
All right,
Yeah, well,
we'll take off. It's been
All right,
3
Steve.
hours.
everybody's
We'll get back on tonight.
All right, see you in a little while.
See you guys.
all right, later. Thanks for letting me in.